everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. And it's good, 2 points.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
All sorts of time. It's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
And both free throws good for White.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. If you give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Kept the yard. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Kobe White.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock him down from the line.
Well, Tatum has so many tricks and so many ways he can try and beat you.
Nice tee from Rose.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
No problems knocking that one down.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And the rejection by Leonard. George with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And this first quarter has been ridiculous. I mean, they simply can't miss right now.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You really like your chances with Tatum at the line. He locks in and focuses on these 2.
And so Tatum nails them both. Rose surveying the D. Wembanyama left side. Lays it up and banks it in. Wembanyama's got 6.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Kerr. Dave, what do you have to say?
And I asked him, how do you contend with the size and skill of Victor Wembanyama? He said, every night we see this guy do something no one has ever seen before. It's kind of like dealing with the unknown. A whole new kind of player needs new schemes. So we'll see some inventiveness out there on the defensive side tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Curry's shot is off.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
George with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Leonard on the wing. And a miss there on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here's White. Paul George making his last shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Curry. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
White with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. And they recover it. Tatum wide open. He fires one. That one's off. Still out of sync. And Wembanyama gets it to go. Wembanyama's got 10 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the inside. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
Thus far, they haven't gotten the ball inside at all.
Yep, I've got to give the defense credit here. Cutting off driving lanes and really making them a jump shooting team.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Here's Rose. The second effort. He takes it up and lays it in. 6 points for him.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint. Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Wembanyama left side. Inside. 4 seconds left. And it's laid in by Rose.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
And that's it for the first quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on. Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
God, no, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Curry is inside. And he gets it to go. Curry's got his second basket.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin?
I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Curry's shot is good.
Smooth reverse. He knew just what he was doing there.
Left side Rose. Down low. Here's Wembanyama.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively.
And it's Wembanyama's size that makes him a potent defensive presence.
Good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Pass to Curry. And Leonard has it in the corner. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
You know, Leonard, very effective from downtown. That wasn't always the case. He's really worked to become a laser from 3.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Stepped in the line, out of bounds there, and that will cost them the possession.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Here's George. Rebounded by Tatum.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Shamet. Right side Rose. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Leonard with no one around. Misses the 3. Rose in the post. Here's Shamet. A three-pointer off the mark. And here comes the break. Outside White. Launches a 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Right side George. Shoots over White. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Now Leonard. Outside Curry. Fires for 3. No good. He missed it. Brings him to 3 for 8 this game. And stolen by Leonard. For the 3. And that's good. Stephen Curry for 3. Curry's got 9 points.
It looks easy, effortless. Curry, natural from long range.
Here's Rose. And the dunk by Rose.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Shoots. That one wide left.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Ball stolen. set back by Leonard. And they get it back. And so and after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Curry on the wing. Coffee. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Outside Leonard. Pass to White. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Yes, that goes in. Curry's got 11.
And this is where Steph thrives. The more room he has to run and operate, the more dangerous he becomes. And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Home team on D. Here's Rose. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Rose has got 20.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Here's Curry with the three. They grab their own miss.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Outside Leonard. There's the three. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Claw getting rid of it in a hurry. Nice quick release that time.
Here's George. That one, no good. IT that time from Leonard. Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Pass to Coffee. A three from Leonard. Goes back up. Outside for Curry. It's a teardrop. Derrick Rose grabs the miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Curry, good.
He pulled one from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Curry. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. To the paint. Here's Coffee. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there. Wembanyama left side. They double team Wembanyama. Right side Leonard. To the middle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
George taking advantage of that close, tight defense, drawing the foul while taking his shot.
And George drops them both. Outside Curry. They double team Curry. Out to the wing. In the corner. Tatum with it. Hits it from three-point range. Tatum's got 9 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Shannon with it. He's picked up by White. Wembanyama with the bucket.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Curry from three.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
On the 3 off target. Down low. Here's Leonard. Second chance shot. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
You know, a little bit of contact will not bother Leonard at all. I mean, he's so strong as a player. It's part of the deal for him.
Here's Curry with the 3. Curry with another miss.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Here's George. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Outside White. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Leonard. The 3 from George. Curry with the rebound.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Can't hit the step-back jump shot.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times. And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Here's Curry. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Right side, George. The shot off that time. IT that time from Leonard. Shoots the 3. Another miss by Curry.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage junk there.
And how about the show Wemby's putting on here? When he gets it going, Victor is pretty much unstoppable.
Here's Curry. The wing jumper off target.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
From outside the arc. Another miss by Curry.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Here's George. Got it. Good job in the low post. George has got 19 points.
PG-13, using that length inside.
The 11-footer. Here's Leonard. Outside for George. Beyond the arc. And Tatum pulls it down. Pass to White. And White slams it in.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
Here's Leonard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
George. Nobody near Leonard. And count it from 19 feet away.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Outside Rose. Left side, George. He gets it in there. George has got 21 in the game.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
It's stolen by White. Coffee can't get it to go. George looking over the floor. And it's White with the rebound. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pass to Coffee. Buries the long-range jumper.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity, always a plus.
Stolen by George. And they're moving it up. Not going to go that time. Empty that time from Leonard. To the paint. Inside. Tatum. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And, you know, his height and quick release helped Tatum do work in the post. The defense can only do so much.
Back to Wembanyama. Another shot. And he sinks the layup.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Pass to White. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 5. Count that one.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And the shot goes in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
The offensive rebound.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Coffee can't get it to go. The three from George. The rebound by Jason Tatum. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A resounding victory for them. And, Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. It's the Chicago Bulls taking on the San Antonio Spurs.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Here's Pippen. And that one is hammered home.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior. Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Now here's Jordan. Pass to Pippen. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And Fox has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Sohan. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. About a minute played here so far in the first. Inside. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
He put some rage into that one, B.A.
You're telling me. Here's Castle. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
Armstrong with a bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
Down low. Cartwright. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With great mobility in the 8-foot wingspan. Yes, 8 foot. Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away.
Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Here's Pippen. And he slams it in one-handed.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
And he's got bunnies. Sohan, a high flyer.
Chicago trailing here. Here's Pippen. To the inside. Pass to Jordan. Four on the clock. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, man. Exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play. Oh, there's the alley. And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
And there's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Jordan. Pass to Paxson. From deep three-point land. Rebound by San Antonio. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Here's Pippen. Jordan with it. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
In the long reach of Wembanyama. Certainly one of the more feared shot blockers in the league.
San Antonio shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
too.
Free throw's good for Fox. And both free throws good for Fox.
And looking at Fox, a microwave scorer and Tasmanian devil running up and down the floor. A fun player to watch.
Here's Pippen to the paint. Here's King. Here's Jordan. And he packs it down right in the face of Victor Wembanyama.
That's just a high-level move. You won't see many guys make that kind of play, B.A.
Man, just crashing in off the baseline, completing the reverse flush. Wow. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's King to the wing, right side. Here's Pippen. Drains the triple. Pippen's got 7 points in the game. Here's Barnes. Rebounded by Pippen.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback. Ouch.
That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. The shot's good.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Chicago ahead. They lead by 5. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Ryan, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Ryan, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Down low. Armstrong. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Back to Barnes. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here's Armstrong. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Barnes, it's good.
You got to be impressed with Fox's court awareness. He has a feel for when one of his guys is uncovered.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Jeremy Sohan. Chicago's shooting their first free throws tonight. He's off on the first. Well, Stan, you coach some lockdown defenses. With the way the game is officiated these days, is it getting too hard to defend?
Well, it's certainly frustrating. You've heard defenders saying everything is a foul. You might need to redefine incidental contact.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. Pass to Pippen. Here's Armstrong. He's guarded by Barnes. Here's Grant. Here's Purdue. 3 on the clock. And the three-pointer goes. Pippen's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Here's Fox. He has 6. Castle misses.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Pass to Jordan. Here's Paxson. Here's Armstrong. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks. The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Here's Armstrong. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. Now Jordan. He's got 14.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Barnes, it's good.
Well, he got off to a slow start, but now in the second, he seems to be finding his rhythm.
Now here's Jordan. Pass to Paxson. Over Castle. And they get it back. To the inside. Stolen by Wembanyama. For the finish. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Yeah, and it's Wembanyama's length that leads to the steal and gets them out and running.
And here's Jordan. Inside. Here's Cartwright. And he goes in for the dunk.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Now here's Jordan. Pass to Cartwright. Just 4 to shoot. Wembanyama with some nice D.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
From deep, Jordan. On the break. Second shot opportunity. Here's Castle. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted... And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Bulls leading by 8. Here's Pippen. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
It's simple. Turnovers mean you lose shot opportunities, and your opponent can get easy hoops.
And it's Paul with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Trailing by 10 to the right side. Vassell with it. And there's the lob. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Well, since coming into the league, Vassell has shown a lot of growth as a passer.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spot. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Good on the bucket. Cartwright got 6.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. Spurs trail by 9. To the middle. Here's Bassey.
If you get open, Paul will find you. Chris has the best vision in the game.
Pass to Jordan. Bassey pulls it in.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Yeah, the big body of Johnson getting up on the fast break.
Chicago leading by 5. Now Jordan. To the paint. Here's Grant. Right wing. Clock at 6. Down low. Oh, Grant throws it down.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Pass to Pippen. Back to Jordan. Three-pointer. And count it. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Here's King. Pass to Armstrong. Over to the wing. And here's Jordan. 17 points in the game. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Here's Pippen. Bassey pulls it in. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit. An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Pass to Livingston. Here's King. Here's Pippen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sinks the 15-footer. Pippen's got 6 points in the quarter. Back to Paul. Outside Johnson. Here's Paxson. And he banks in the layup. And now a 12-point Bulls lead. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Chicago.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Back come the Spurs in transition. Paul can't get it to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough work in the mid-range area.
Pippen. Offline with a 3.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then. Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
And the Bulls making a change here. Now a timeout called by Chicago.
And we'd all love to hear what goes on in those huddles, but we just get the snapshots.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Bulls leading by 10. Here's Livingston. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And he's going. Oh, Wembanyama crashing down.
I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession, and he'll slam it home.
Pass to Pippen. Gets it off. And that's not going to go. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth. Bulls out in front. They lead by 8. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Spurs trail by 8. Pass to Barnes. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Outside Barnes. The shot, no good. Bulls leading by 10. Here's Pippen. And it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. 6 on the shot clock. And there's another one for the Bulls.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And he's going for the lob. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Now here's Jordan. Inside. Oh, Grant throws it down.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Well, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Pass to Pippen. Now Jordan. Takes the 3. Sohan with a rebound. Here's Barnes. That one falls.
Yeah, great find from Sohan. This is why his guys like playing with him.
It's Barnes on the wing. Jordan with it. Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Chops in the layup for 2.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easiest shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And here's Jordan. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter here. That shot, no good. Good D by Wembanyama. Here's Castle. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Here's Paxson. Now here's Jordan. Grant right side. To the inside. Here's Purdue. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Textbook defense on display. That's exactly how you guard against the jump shot.
Well, good footwork, good assertiveness, able to put a ton of pressure on the shooter.
Now Jordan. 6 to shoot. Lets it fly. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Pippen. Pass to Jordan. "16 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Armstrong. Out to the right wing. Jordan with it. Here's Cartwright. Another shot. Can't get it to drop. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce,
I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The Thunder log another stop on their travel schedule in today's matchup. This is a hot team. They currently hold the best record in the entire NBA.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way. But listen, they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, and they're doing everything right on both of those boards.
Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good. At adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades. The closer that Fox gets inside, the more effective he could say. I guess you could say he's good in the Fox hole.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. The coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thanks, David. So it's the Thunder now. The shot. Rebound by Sohan.
You keep giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And here is Dort. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
To the inside. Here's Sohan.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And that was almost a block. Still getting enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
And what a pass. What a slam. The rookie, Mr. Castle.
Pass to Barnes. Wembanyama looking it over. The kick out to Fox. Ball's not loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, they really had a breakdown, I thought, in that third quarter. Just got a little too lax, didn't take care of the basketball, and going from being in total control to handing it over like they did, never a good feeling.
Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Yeah, Williams found the penetration and then committed to the drive completely.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
And let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
And it's Sohan missing.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. San Antonio with the rebound. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
Two conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
And guys, this first meeting always sort of sets the tone for how the rest of the season series will play out. The teams that know each other this well, this initial game is a big one.
Shots good by Williams.
And Jalen Williams had a plan there to outwork the defense. He knows you got to bring it to the paint.
Fox, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Oh, man, you just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Here's Wembanyama. And that does it for the first quarter. Spurs lead by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the... And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserves Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing. And stretching out his shot from deep, Holmgren has developed some pretty solid range.
Outside, Fox. Barnes outside. Pass to Wembanyama. The kick out to Barnes. They get a bet. Here's Castle. Defended by Dort. Tries it again. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity. Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
Their activity on the defensive end has been fantastic here tonight. They've had deflections, they've ended up with steals, and that's just getting them out on the break and speeding them up.
Pass to Caruso. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from outside. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
A bad attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. San Antonio calls timeout. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the half. Paul looking over the floor. Shot clock at 6. Back to Johnson. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Thunder trailing by 3. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wallace attacking. And Wallace slams it in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Back to Johnson. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Higgins outside. Kicks it out to Mitchell. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Williams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
That one is no good.
He was able to tie it up, but he has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
And they'll keep possession. On the wing, Johnson. Spurs working the ball around now. On the clock. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
Here's Oklahoma City. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. High post shot. Shot's good by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his first points of the night.
Oh, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
To the paint. Bassett. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Mitchell with it. Over Paul. Out to Wallace. From past the arc. Williams inside the line. They get it back. Higgins outside. Back to Hartenstein. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Hartenstein got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein. Stolen by Mitchell. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. Good on the jump shot. And the Thunder lead by 6. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams would probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Here's Wallace. Mitchell up top. To the middle. Knocked loose. In the corner, it's Wiggins. 2 on the clock. Off target from three-point range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Back to Vassell. And again, San Antonio turns it over. Oklahoma City leading by 4. And that's an intentional foul. San Antonio calls timeout. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is 1 of 1. Hey, thank you for the report. Just 5 to shoot. And he commits the intentional foul. Thunder on D. Inside. Here's Wembanyama. Barnes outside. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Wembanyama. And stolen by Wiggins.
Yeah, that's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
Pass to Mitchell. Back to Wiggins. Mitchell outside. Off target with his 3.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. De'Aaron Fox, Brent, is a very special player, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, it's true. De'Aaron Fox is a blur in the open court, but it's his leadership that really has come along at such an early stage. And think about the run that he went on with the Kings just a couple of years ago. He's not settling with that. He wants more. He wants to play in the postseason, and he's capable of getting any team there. Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. Here's Wallace. Williams in the post. To the wing on the left. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Fox. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
De'Aaron Fox not backing away that time from the contact, drawing the defense into him.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Mitchell's shot is good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow. With that player, you hate to see him give up in that situation.
Down low. Here's Wembanyama. And the layup's good off the glass. Wembanyama's got 8 points.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside. Loving the confidence. Just rise and be free. And you know you can do this.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
Back to Zohan. Yes, to Castle. 6 to shoot. And he lobs it up toward the rim. A 3 from Wembanyama. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation for the Thunder. There's 31 seconds left in the third. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good work defensively by Fox. Spurs trail by 6.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
And an intentional foul right there. The Spurs shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Right wing. Holmgren wide open. It's good from long range. Holmgren's got the lead up to 8 now for Oklahoma City. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've got a big... And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And Barnes has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Caruso. Over Barnes. And good from Caruso with a sweet move. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up-tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Wembanyama trying to free himself up. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star. Known for his strong defense, Castle is someone any coach would love to have. He is a hard-working rookie.
Left side, Fox. Pass to Castle. 6 on the shot clock. Now, Wembanyama. He's guarded by Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Smart play there. I don't think we give Wemby's IQ for the game enough love, but he was a pro in France at a young age, and that obviously gave him a lot of experience.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Holmgren. Outside Williams. Shoots over Johnson. The shot by Williams, no good.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Champagny. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Caruso. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Thunder with the possession here. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Gilgeous-Alexander can hit you with a lot of moves. Tricky to defend.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Spurs passing it around. And he gets it to go. Vassell's got his first basket.
Now, I'm not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
Spurs trail by 8. Here's Bassey. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
He gets really smooth sometimes. Gilgeous-Alexander has some size, and he challenged the defense with it that time.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Here's Paul. Pass to Johnson. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And it's Vassell in the corner. And it's Vassell with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Thunder leading by 8. Here's Dort. The rebound by Champagnie.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
It's to Bassie. Left to the wing. Now Paul. Like it's 6. It's tipped.
And Dort making his impact, and that's the end we expected from him defensively.
And they go to the intentional foul. And some changes here for the Spurs. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his point, and he's producing.
In the NBA, I'm not sure if anyone is quicker than De'Aaron Fox. I mean, when he gets going and he's moving north to south, you are pretty much helpless defensively.
And so he hits both. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Holmgren. Over in the corner, Caruso. Back to Holmgren. Over Wembanyama. Holmgren can't hit.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on it.
And this is what a franchise player does. Wemby coming up huge down the stretch.
Williams can't hit.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Here's Barnes. Pass to Castle. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Even De'Aaron Fox has talked about how he's the fastest player in the league. The cool thing about it is night after night he seems to prove it.
35 seconds left to play in the final quarter. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
And the growth that Shea has shown over the years, it has come on so fast with how he has improved that he's adding to his game. Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead. And that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
To the left wing. Pass to Dort. There's Williams with the 3. Trains the three-pointer.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Can't get it to fall. So we see the Thunder get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And joining us courtside, reporter David Aldridge. The Pacers still playing on their home court in this one.
Yeah, and Kevin, things are starting to get a little bit out of control for them. This losing streak is starting to become an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if things don't change.
Here's Wembanyama. To the right side. Over to the wing. Sohan with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. They get the rebound. To the wing right side. Here's Castle. Goes up with it again. Wembanyama, no good.
A cold start for them. 3 shots, 3 misses. Good thing it's early.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. He had a list of concerns coming in tonight, not the least of which was matching up with De'Aaron Fox. He said it's not just the speed, though that obviously is an issue. It's that Fox has also become so good at dictating tempo and getting you to play his style. That's something they can't allow. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Siakam after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Halliburton. Last game out, he had 14. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league, a lot more scoring. If your eyes aren't glued to the action, you might miss it. Smart play there. I don't think we give Wemby's IQ for the game enough love, but he was a pro in France at a young age, and that obviously gave him a lot of experience.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. This team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. And so here is Indiana. From outside the arc. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They've come out strong 3 of the first 4 to start the game.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
Here's Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious 2-hand monster swing.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And here are the Pacers now. After the basket by San Antonio. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Rejected by Halliburton. Here's Castle. The wide open look here for Fox. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so Siakam will bring it up for Indiana. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that,
I think they just got caught completely by surprise, and they never managed to fully recover.
Pass to Turner. And he overshot that one, missing.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, that happens sometimes.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Here's Halliburton after the basket by San Antonio. .111 left in the first quarter of the game. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Tipped it. And Halliburton with the second chance points. Halliburton's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, nice anticipation from Halliburton. His teammates appreciate when he goes after that offensive glass. And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Second shot opportunity. Pass to Wembanyama. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Wembanyama's got 6 points. 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Turner. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. 10 points for him.
And he is a load inside. Turner can back anybody down to get to his sweet spot.
Down low. Here's Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Here's Nesmith. A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for the Spurs. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Indiana trailing here. Now McConnell. On the wing, Walker. Back to McConnell. 6 to shoot. Inside. Bryant's shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. They are just killing him on the interior.
And it became very clear very early, RJ, that Wembanyama is legit and a very special player. Generational.
You never know until those first few games, but it was immediate how different Wemby is going to be. He has already met the lofty expectations that we all had for him.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those bucks over here.
Here's Wembanyama. It doesn't go for him. Here's Indiana. They trail by 1. In this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
To the paint. Here's Turner. Moves back up. Shoots over Biombo. No good off the back of the rim. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And he makes that one. Sohan's got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs.
And how about the vision from Castle, spotting that opening and making the pass on time?
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And the Pacers with possession here, following the bucket by the Spurs. Pass to Siakam. Shot clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot out. Halliburton inside the three-point line. Barnes grabs the miss.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
To the inside. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Now, here's Halliburton. He's got 5. To the middle. Bryant. And the dunk by Bryant.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Bryant can't get it to go. Spurs leading by 6. Here's Fox. The shot will not fall. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Pacers. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Siakam. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Here's Neesmith. That 3 off the mark. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
When a crafty scorer like Barnes gets on a roll, it can turn into a big night.
Left side, Halliburton. To the inside. Here's Bryant. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Bryant's got 4 points this quarter.
I mean, the number of points they scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pretty slick by Fox right there, giving it away to the guy who is ready to attack.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And it's Halliburton missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now, here's Fox. On the wing, Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. To the paint. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
No good on that one.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And he's good on the second. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls. Halliburton hits them both.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Down low. Bessie. And he dunks it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. So we've reached the end of the first. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pacers trail by 11. Halliburton outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Neesmith. On the 3 off target.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Such a good facilitator. If your defense makes a mistake, Paul will find the open man.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Back to Turner. And that one, good. 14 points for Miles Turner.
And a big night for Miles Turner so far. Really playing hard, trying to make every possession count.
Now, here's Vassell. Still yet to score. Here's Johnson. Banked in off the glass.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Turner. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And you know how hard Turner goes. Has the strength needed to work through the contact and finish.
San Antonio leading by 7. Here's Paul. He gets that one.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense nowhere to be found.
Here's Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Basket good. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
The wily vet Paul able to score down low.
Here's Toppin. That shot off. In his young career, Richard, we've seen Devin Vassell really blossom as a two-way talent.
He's a talented player, but I think there's still another level that he can reach, and he needs to continue to grow as a playmaker to get there.
Shot's good by Walker.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
Pass to Paul. Back to Vassell. Pacers with the rebound. Outside Mathurin. McConnell in the corner. .144 left to play in the third. Here's Walker. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Now just a 5-point San Antonio lead. Vassell outside. And he jams it with authority.
Strong finish by Vassell, showing off that bounce right there.
.114 left in the third. And here's McConnell. Still without a basket. 6 on the shot clock. No one near Turner as he lets it go. The rebound by Champagnie. Got the ball. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. And no good that time. And so it's Walker with it who brings it up for Indiana. 7-point differential. Johnson with the block.
I love the positioning of Johnson on defense in a spot where he can affect the shot.
The Pacers making a switch here. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. .32 seconds left in the third quarter. Five on the clock. And they'll turn it over. He did not get off the shot. 24-second violation. Here's Paul. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
San Antonio with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Castle. Siakam pulls it in. Neesmith with the ball. And so it's San Antonio heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We come back right after this. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And San Antonio has possession. They lead by 7. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passing, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
San Antonio calls timeout. And, you know, De'Aaron Fox, he has become, RJ, I think, almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, he's always had great speed, so defenders would sag off of him. But now that he has that step-back three, so you have to play up, and that's what he wants you to do.
Both teams will make substitutions. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late, guys.
Thank you, David. Pass to Bryant. And stolen by Wembanyama. Inside. And stolen by Siakam. Pacers trail by 12. Here's Nemo. Here's Bryant. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Fox.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Floats one. And it's good on the way in. Fox has got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs.
And that is a shot that Fox has continued to work on for years. He understands how important having a floater is when you are a point guard.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
That one is off.
So valuable to this team. Halliburton gives them whatever they need when they need it. This guy is both patient and prolific.
And he sinks the second. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you'd try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you've got to have relationships between the players.
Oh, watch out for Wembanyama!
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now at 4 fouls in the game, he'll start to have to be a little bit more careful with his defense the rest of the way.
Siakam, right side. Rebound, San Antonio.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
What is going on right now?
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Pass to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Everyone loves seeing Wemby put up serious points. His team, his coaches, definitely the fans. That's what they pay for.
Now, here's Halliburton. And he banks in the layup.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make it.
And it's Fox with the jam.
The lefty, De'Aaron Fox, boy, I am happy I do not have to check him.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
To the middle. Here's Castle. Yep, it counts.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Siakam, right side. Kept alive. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for San Antonio.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for De'Aaron Fox.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Here's Halliburton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
An effortless finish from Halliburton. The defense has to be more aware down low.
Pass to Castle. Vassell wide open. Good as the jump shot falls. And the Spurs lead by 18.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
The three-pointers right on target.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Here's Wembanyama. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
That one is no good. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Siakam.
One of the fastest guys in the league. For Fox, it's about using his blinding quickness to his advantage on both ends of the floor.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so it's Indiana with it. Trailing by 17. Halliburton, that's good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll do it, folks. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Craig Anthony,